Danni, you disgust me. Sabrina, you got time, but I understand that biological clock is ticking a little bit too loud in your ear. Karen, these hoes ain't your friend. And Andi, I get being stigmatized, but what's good, y'all? It's your good sis Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Sistas video. And in this one, I'm giving you the breakdown for season 7, episode number 2. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my sisters' content and conversations. New videos every single day, and we have a bunch of dope ass conversations right here on the channel. If you missed it, we went live to talk about the episode right after, and I do so every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come and join. It's again a good time. We get our thoughts out, our reactions, we process, unpack, and do all of those things. So feel free to join, but you can also catch the replay, which is linked in the description box down below, so you can check that out after you finish this video. I don't know where this breakdown is going to go, but I need y'all to bear with me, because the way this brunch scene has made me completely unhinged and feral and just ready to fight about mine, just ready to throw hands. I am very triggered by women behaving poorly to one another, specifically black women who are supposed to be sisters, who are supposed to be friends, who turn out to actually not be that. I hate a wolf in sheep's clothing. I hate a snake in the grass. And I'm always ready to get violent about that. And that's what we got in this brunch scene. So I'm going to go ahead and just wait on the brunch scene. Let's wait on the brunch scene. Pace ourselves in this breakdown, because I have thoughts. I have a ton of thoughts. Okay, so the episode opens up right where we left off. Penelope caught Gary trying to rub one out in Andi's bathroom / closet while smelling her clean panties. And she calls him out on it. What I don't understand is why in the hell Penelope let him get out of here unscathed without sounding all of the alarms and letting people know exactly how much of a disgusting carpet muncher he is. A raggedy, just raggedy, you know. She tries to save face, says, you know what, I'm not feeling well, we're gonna go ahead and go. And they make it back into the elevator, where he gets more and more disrespectful, ultimately deciding to go to Hayden's house and leave her to go home alone, to find her way home alone. But over the course of them making it down in this elevator, he's more concerned about her being too loud. If there's audio and video that could be recording her, pointing out what he did and how disgusting he is. He gaslights her and then turns around and blames it on her, talking about, you ain't giving me no sex, you talking about you got a headache and you want to behave like you're the only woman who's ever had a damn baby. People do that. Like, Gary, if you don't go to hell, because it's the audacity that this little raggedy Negro cultivates every episode, and it's intensifying in episodes in season 7 at an alarming rate. Gary has always been a menace. He has always been diabolical, but the way that he is devolving is getting exponentially worse, and it's going to come to a head this season. I get that, but it's just horrible to watch in real time. And then for Penelope to be positioned as such a nice girl and to be suffering with this is just like, I really hate this for you. However, I think that this is the moment that she needs, because before she exits out the elevator, she lets out this scream and lets me know this is her breaking point. It's given snapped. It's given she's no longer going to live this life. She already told Gary, I don't even know why I gave you another chance and took you back. You're raggedy. You're obsessed with Andi. So if you already know all of this stuff, girl, then what you finna do? The ball is in your court. You can go ahead and dunk and get your ass up out of there. Now, from there, we go back to Danni's house, because again, it's that night and Sabrina's there and they're talking about therapy, and Danni is deflecting like she normally does. She's downplaying like she normally does, and she's just not with it. She's not feeling the whole therapy thing, which is interesting because Fatima only has to say about 2 points and then she's all on board. But Tony points it out and then has sex with her and then points it out again. She still don't want to do it. Sabrina pops up in the middle of the night. She still don't want to do it. Sabrina brings it up at the brunch. She still don't want to do it. But the moment that Fatima says something, then she want to do it. Okay, girl. Danni, you on my list, so it don't even matter at this point. I really enjoy, while I do feel like there's still a lot of rough edges when it comes to these episodes, while they're still trying to like land the plane in reference to their storytelling and get us all caught up on the stories that they're trying to tell, while, you know, tying up the things that Tyler had already laid out in the first 6 seasons. I do enjoy the pacing within the episodes, or specifically this episode, because it moved really, really quickly. It didn't feel like there was any time wasted, and that definitely has been a note that, you know, will come up in multiple seasons, of how repetitive some of the dialogue is, how we stay in certain scenes too long, how it's just so much wasted time and fluff. And in these episodes so far, and I know it's only been 2, but in the episodes so far, these writers are not leaving any space for that. We're going in and out of scenes. We're coming in late and we're leaving early, which is a rule in screenwriting that you do if you want to be a great screenwriter. So from Danny's house, we go over to Hayden's house, where Gary shows up and he's revealing he ain't ever planned to marry Penelope, which is interesting, because weren't you just, you know, professing to Penelope how she's actually marriage material, and she's giving porcelain Madonna and Andy's giving whore? But okay, you just put the ring on her finger to buy time, but then you also said a few episodes ago that you were putting rings on everybody's fingers around Atlanta, because why in the hell not? Like, what is wrong with you? I really need to know. It's interesting because we get to see Hayden in this episode, and he's not as like caught up in the bullshit that is Gary. Like, he's given, I'm no longer Gary's minion, but I still have some type of association with him, but I want to disassociate myself, and I love that for him. So Gary's gonna stay at his house. We don't get no word of what's going on with Tamara, aside from she took his alcohol and ran. She packed up the raggedy duffel bag in his alcohol and ran. But again, it's still a little bit of distance, and we don't get a confirmation of the distance until the next morning, when Hayden rolls up on Andi in the break room. It's like, what the hell is going on with Gary? Him and old girl is beefing because he stayed at my house. I need him out of my house. I'm not his best friend. And Andy's like, well, I thought that's exactly what you were. He's just like, no, Gary be on some other stuff. I know that he used to be a hedge fund person, but I don't know what he's doing now. Now he seems like he wants some other stuff. And I think that this is the thing that, like, this is like an example of how some of the storytelling is a little bit of rough around the edges, because it feels rushed. We up until now have known that Gary was a successful hedge fund manager, and because we're moving in the place of like him being investigated again, and now I guess him money laundering, I guess, you know, with the writers going full force and moving very aggressively with it, it feels like it's moving a lot faster, and they could have laid a little bit more groundwork had Tyler, you know, started this. But it is what it is. So now Hayden don't know about Gary. He wants to disassociate himself from Gary. Gary's ass is crazy. Oh, back at Hayden's house the night before, he's like, you need to help me take down Jordan. And he's like, the guy that's running for councilman? Yes, the guy that's running for councilman. He's like, that man is not my fill in the blank, Shaw, because I was cussing on the damn Our Sistas Keeper, and I'm trying to keep it cute now because I ain't trying to get demonetized. But Hayden like, he's not sleeping with my woman and he not impacting my money, so you can count me the hell out. I don't got no problems with that man. Whatever problems you got is your problems with that man. And we love this for Hayden. Hayden is giving fine. And I caught this. I didn't say it in the Our Sistas Keeper, but not y'all naming him Baden. Not me finna be calling him Baden. We're gonna warm up to that, y'all. I just like his energy. He's giving medium penis energy. And I love this for him. He's giving disassociating. It's giving, I'm not returning to my incelness. I really actually enjoy the moment where he's not backing down from Fatima. He's like, I'm not scared of you. No, I'm not scared of you, right? And he's like, can we just let bygones be bygones? And they both in unison say, no. I loved it. Love the timing. And again, I love this for him. I love a Hayden that's focused on his money, focused on his business, not focused on hating on black women for no damn reason, or specifically because those black women don't want to sleep with him. That's not their problem. That's your problem. Go find a black woman that wants to sleep with you, sir. But this is more groundwork being laid for us to get a clear idea of the unraveling that's happening, that is Gary Borders and the facade that he has presented for so long. So shout out to that. I can't wait to see what else is going to be a part of Hayden's storyline specifically, especially if we don't see Tamara. I do have a video talking about his annulment, which I believe that he received. And some of y'all in the comment section of that told me that you felt like Tamara would be returning, even though I don't believe that she's going to be returning. So if you want to continue that conversation or hear a little bit more about that, I'll link that video as well down below. Now, back at the salon, we get a tray that's delivering bull sperm. that Pam ordered for some product line that does not exist that she's going to develop. And it's like, girl, you can have all your entrepreneurial pursuits that you would like, but why are you doing it on Karen's credit card? I love you, Pam. I know that you love Karen, but this is not how write-offs work. And you damn sure don't take her damn credit card to do it. And she's already strapped for cash. She's pregnant. She's up on this ladder. You ordering bull sperm and getting on her nerves. She's worried about money in this grand opening. Don't stress her out too much, Pam. You look good and all, but you don't look good enough for me to not slap your ass for making me go into financial ruin and ordering bull sperm. Girl, what is wrong? What are you using this for? Don't put this in my client's head. Y'all, I love Pamela, but my God. Karen actually gives Sabrina a call because she wants to take out a personal loan because the math ain't mathing, and she needs a little bit more money to make this stretch for her to pay her bills and then also to really get this salon off the ground. And again, in these moments, I'm just like, girl, call Zach. Girl, call Aaron. Call somebody. Call your mama. Call somebody. Somebody will help you. You're not in this alone. But I get it. Karen is a very strong black woman, and she's been through a lot. And while she can rely on, or she has relied on Andi to provide some of this money, I get not wanting to ask for more. It can be very, very difficult when you're an independent, strong black woman, or at least had to be an independent strong black woman to ask for help. So she's not doing it, except for in a way of like, oh, Sabrina works at a bank, maybe she can help me get another loan, a personal loan this time. I am looking forward to more of Sabrina and Karen interacting as friends, because out of all the girls, Sabrina is the closest to a true friend to her, even though she just sat there idly and let Karen get kikied and joked on at this brunch. So I don't appreciate that. I, again, think that she's the closest thing to a real friend that Karen has within the sister circle, because of all of them, Pam is the closest thing, or the real friend. Speaking about Sabrina, she going through her own things. Throughout this whole episode, she's really struggling with desiring kids, thinking about the future, ultimately wanting to be married. And I guess it goes in line with the dream that she spoke about a few seasons ago, where she said that she wanted to buy a house. And remember, she was going to use the bail money, or she was going to use the down payment money to bail out Maurice. So I guess, you know, she wants a house, she wants kids, maybe even a dog, and Rich don't want that. But she spends most of this episode not only talking to Rich about it later after she comes back from the boozy brunch, but she brings it up to Karen. She brings it up at the brunch, which is what starts the conversation, not only just about Karen and her baby, but how the girls feel about marriage and kids in general. We know that Daniella and Andi ain't thinking about it. Andi is just thinking about riding Jordan's penis from here to Kingdom Come. Fatima responds at the brunch, you know, how she wants to be thinking about the 2 kids that she wants, but she has to focus on the 2 kids that Zach already has, which also kind of lets her off the hook, because she doesn't talk about the marriage part, and she's the only one at the table actually engaged, but not trying to set a date. And we know that she's not trying to set a date because earlier on, Zach comes in for a meeting with Andi so they can prep for arbitration. And Andi's like, y'all going to need to have a date set so that we can solidify how solid y'all look in reference to a 2-parent household. And y'all are already like planning to be married. So it's literally locked in. And Fatima's just like, a date? A date? Fatima ain't trying to set no damn date, if y'all ain't picked it up off of her face. And why isn't she trying to set a date? I got a video about it, so be sure to check that out after this one. Again, the pacing is beautifully done, because we weave in and out of various scenes in this episode pretty quickly, from the moment where we're seeing, you know, Fatima's dismay about having to choose a date for this wedding, or being asked about a date for this wedding and not having to answer. Then we're ushered off into the airport for a cringy ass interaction between Tony and Daniella, because Tony decides to either stick his fingers where they don't belong or stick his mouth where it don't belong while she's in the workplace, because he wanted a quick taste. Do you men not want these women to have jobs? This is giving sex offenders list. You don't do this at work while she's trying to help out a little old white lady. You maybe do this in a closet, the bathroom, and or your office, but literally in the terminal of the airport, you go down for printer paper and go down literally. Tony, get your ass up off them knees. I wanted to laugh, but it just was so cringy, y'all. It was just so cringy. I want them to get Maurice out of his apartment. I get that he's sex working now and he's doing it online and he has, you know, fixation clients or whatever. But I don't think they're giving Brian Jordan Jr. enough room to flourish. And it was a moment, we got a peek into it, but I kind of want a little bit more from him. All right, so now we back at the brunch. Karen walks into the brunch even though she said that she wasn't going to come, and then turns around. And I think she did that because she missed her girls, because she needs to reconnect with them. She's on a path and a trajectory that's literally going to have her grow away from them, and it just naturally happens. This moment, or the circumstances of this friendship, even though I think I'm a better friend and my friends are way better friends than the sister circle, I think about my place as a single unmarried non-child having, that's what I was looking for, a non-child having friend. I have a few friends who are married, and then I have a few friends who are married with children, and it is so hard sometimes for us to connect and for us to align just because our lives are so different. I am free to do so much of what I want to do. I really am free to focus on my career and to really dive into everything that's happening in the entertainment industry and to just be out here hustling and grinding. But my friends with kids, their lives are centered around their kids. And while I love them, while, you know, I'm still here for them, it's really, really hard for us to find synergy a lot in our day-to-day lives because they're just so different. So I feel like while none of this was said, that's the energy that Karen was like coming into this brunch with, because she's been telling them no, but she's like, let me go because these are my friends. Danni agreed to come and help me the next day to finish putting things together. I probably missed them. This, you know, it's never going to be like it used to be, but I can still get as much time in. As Danni said, we can bond now. And she walks in to see Fatima sitting at the head of the table, and everybody kikiing, and they're not missing a beat. They're not missing her. And I can understand how that could be hurtful, how she could feel bad about that, and how that could make her turn around and just go ahead and walk on out and feel uncomfortable. Now, lucky for her, she didn't get to hear what was actually being said. Even though at some point I'm going to need her to figure it out or to find out what was said, because everything that was said points to the fact that these girls are not your friends. I think that Sabrina was innocent in bringing up what has been on her mind and what she has been struggling with and ruminating on in reference to the desire to have kids and a husband and all of that. However, where it went from there, once Fatima revealed what Zach said and how she felt about it, and then Danni gets the, well, if it's Zach's child, you need to get a paternity test. Who is your friend here? Because even if that's something that you believe, you know that these girls don't see eye to eye. You know that these girls have been at odds. Why in the hell would you say that to your friend's number one op, your sister's number one op? The fact that you agree to go to this therapist and then co-sign it by saying, if the therapist can keep you from shooting Karen, then I'm going to go ahead and try her out. Whose friend are you? Because it's giving you an ally to nobody. And I know that Fatima looks at how she looks in this blue ass dress. She looks amazing. But I don't give a damn about the aesthetics of a friendship. I give a damn about real loyalty, real trust, real support. Daniella moves like Karen is her op, and Karen ain't never did to her. And if you wanted Zach so bad, and this is what this is all about, deep-seated, then you should have kept him versus introducing them together, because you actually introduced Zach and Karen. It's not the other way around. If you played yourself, if you downplayed yourself, and didn't think that you could keep or catch like Zach, and then now you feel away because Karen had him and fell in love with him, or whatever your issues is. I have a video coming to talk about why in the hell Danni is so jealous of Karen, because this episode proved to me that she is 100% jealous of Karen. Karen gets all the negative energy from her. Karen gets all the slight remarks. Karen gets all the goddamn disrespect, and it be unwarranted as fuck. To so-called be somebody's sister, to so-called be somebody's friend. Even if you feel like it's a question of who the father is, why would you tell someone who might as well be her enemy? Why is this a topic of conversation? Why is the joy that you're experiencing at this brunch at the expense of your sister, your friend's reputation and real life? So while you kikiing and hemming and hawing about it, she's really living it. She's living a struggle. She's living a grief. She's living the turmoil that comes with being unattached to the man who she thought she was going to marry and was the love of her life. She's finally having kids that she wanted by this man in the most worst circumstances. And you sitting across from his new fiance, kikiing basically about how pathetic Karen is. Meanwhile, you the broken hoe that keeps bringing home strays, getting abused, and acting like it never happened. You the same broken bitch that can't keep a straight face and can't stop cracking jokes long enough to even address a question from your supposed sister and good girlfriend of, you know what, are you struggling with generational trauma, childhood trauma? Your response to that is, girl, you know we don't talk about that. Then maybe y'all asses ain't really friends. Y'all asses are not really sisters. If you can look your sister in the face and tell her don't bring up or don't ask me nothing about childhood trauma, because we don't do that. If you can't do that with your sister, then who the hell else can you do it with? It is my sister circle. It is my friends that I have found out in life. It is my found family that in many cases when I was going through the hard part of solidifying who I was and figuring out who I was, that I found synergy, that I found understanding, that I found support in what I was actually experiencing, because I was nothing like all of my family, the family that I came from. It's the women that I befriended. It's the women on the teams that I played on that I could be vulnerable with and open with. And then I realized, like, I am not alone in this particular struggle. I am not alone in this particular mindset. I am not alone in this particular belief. So if you tell me that you can't even talk about some of the things that might hurt you, that still bother you from your childhood with your homegirl, then is she even really your homegirl? No. It was nothing but red flags and proof of how, one, y'all ain't real friends, and Danni, your ass don't even know what a real friend is. I don't know how you're maintaining relationships the way that you think. It's toxic. And yes, broken things can be fixed, but also sometimes broken things need to be removed so that they don't go and break and infect others. Daniella is given a cancer, and her ass needs to be rooted out. Because her behavior, her dialogue at this brunch truly disgusts me. And I want to continue to empathize with her. I want to continue to root for her. But Daniella each week takes away more and more reason to root for her and to empathize with her, because she don't take seriously. She don't take accountability. She put her own ass on a pedestal that she don't belong on. And she's mean. Y'all talk about Karen is mean. This is some mean to do to somebody. Also, what? You can get in good favor with Fatima? Again, disgusting, diabolical work. That brunch scene did it for me. I didn't really give a damn about her going home to having a man in her house and telling him, you know what, I'm going to therapy, babe. Don't nobody give a shit. Go to hell while you at it. I was more interested in when Sabrina got home and she drunk and Rich is there and she gets to talking about, oh, how many kids you want to have? I don't want to have none. Oh, don't you want to get married? No, I don't. I don't believe in marriage anymore. Sir, y'all are so misaligned, and Sabrina is so drunk that she can't even register how misaligned you are. And the cowardice in you is what had you leave. Because while you might not have wanted to have that conversation, if she did fall asleep while trying to bait you in so that y'all can practice, you know, making babies, you could have just stayed your ass there until she woke up a little bit more sober so that y'all can have a real ass conversation. I want to root for you, Rich, but it's giving, nah. Every girl goes home drunk except for Fatima. Andi goes home and immediately jumps Jordan's bones, and I'm sorry, I don't believe it. This new Jordan's not working for me, and it's no shade to this actor, but you're just not working for me. You're not even wearing the gray sweatpants right. Y'all, I watched on the second rewatch so I can make this video, I'm looking, I'm like, yo, he's wearing gray sweatpants. I didn't even register he was wearing gray sweatpants. Do you not understand that gray sweatpants is black women's kryptonite on a black man? And his gray sweatpants did not a damn thing for me. Not a thing. Moving on. Fatima makes it home and it sparks up a little bit of a fight. She's not as drunk as the rest of the girls who are just looking to jump the penis that belongs to them. Zach is on his way out. He's trying to go to the gym and Fatima is clearly just not interested, and she brings up the fact that they need to get a paternity test, and Zach immediately is like, what them girls talking about? And that's wild to me because Zach also knows that this is Karen's friends, and then he immediately can go to, okay, now you're talking about paternity and it's coming from them, so all these just even her friends. They start this conversation off and Zach is like, did they invite you because Karen didn't want to be there? And she's like, yeah, probably. Do we not understand how trifling this all sounds? All of it. But I like how Zach handled it. I give Zach his credit in this episode because I feel like he's moving into a much healthier space. Even at the top of the episode where he got the gluten-free oatmeal and the coffee that she likes. This is the reciprocity that I'm talking about, the intention that I'm talking about, that I've been wanting him to bring to the relationship with Fatima. But then also, just the groundedness and seeming like he's in a good place with Karen. Once we get to this particular scene where she's talking about paternity and he's like, listen, I know that that's my son. I know that you feel a way about it. I understand that you feel a way about it, but it's my son and that's not going to change because you feel a way about it. And I respect it and I love it. Like, this is the conviction that I need from him. This is what a leader of a household looks like. Fatima, you are 100% within your rights to have your feelings about this. This is a tricky situation. However, it don't change the price of tea in China. That's my son. I'm going to get this trust. You might feel a way about it, but it is what it is. You can call me stupid all the hell you like. I'm still going to go work out. I'll see you later, babe. Loved it. Speaking of babe, they use the word baby and babe way too much in this episode. Y'all gonna baby me to death and I don't want to hear it no more. Now, this brings us to the very end where we get to Gary and Hudson. Where Hudson, we get to meet him for the first time and he's talking about, they talking about Ponzi scheme. I done already wiped my computer. Gary's too busy trying to fly in some hoochie. Gary, are you that pathetic that you got to pay for it, put it on in first class and bring it here after you done already run through all of damn Atlanta and you're jacking off in Andi's bathroom? Like, Gary is so pathetic. But anyway, Hudson comes in with the bad news and then Gary's alerted to it. Their accounts is in the negative. Shareholders is pulling their money. They have no liquid cash, which means once shareholders start to pull out and you don't actually have the money in the bank there, that's how your business can go under really, really quickly. And they can see that you have been doing some things that you ain't supposed to have been doing. And clearly the books is fraudulent because, yeah. Love this. The fall of Gary is on the way and I'm so damn excited. Those are my thoughts. That's my breakdown. Episode 2, season 7, Tyler Perry's Sistas. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Give this video a like, y'all. Y'all hang out for like 20 minutes with me. So like this video and help your good sis out. And subscribe if this is the first time that you are hearing me. I appreciate it. And I'm so excited for all of the new subscribers because there's been a lot of y'all in the last 2 weeks. Like, shout out to y'all. The preview is available for you to watch for episode 3. Get into it right here. And again, turn that bell notification on so that you know when I have new Sistas videos posted because they're coming every day. They're coming in hot. See you in the next one.